Yeah, once again, congratulations to Brian Carroll. Almost the perfect professional, incredible career. The door at the Philadelphia Union will always be welcome if he decides to duck out of the little cubicle lifestyle that I think he's moving into. So incredible for him to get the 45 minutes and having not played any minutes this year, look as sharp as he did. So it says even to young players to stay sharp during the course of a season, and when your number's called upon, be ready for it. So I think the guys all raised their level. We're really happy for Brian. Before the game started, in the pregame talk, we talked about clear, simple objectives, which were a 10th win at home, a clean sheet for Andre Blake, which we came short of, a goal for CJ Sapong to get him the record, and 3 points for Brian Carroll because he deserves to go off a winner, because again, the biggest compliment I can give anybody is that they are a winner, and that's not just on the field, that's off the field as well. So incredible career for him, extremely proud. Also for the players, grateful for the season. I think that was a big thank you to the fans that stuck with us, even though it was a disappointing season. We wind up with the same point total as last year, but the East raised the bar a little bit this year in terms of where that put you. We recognize that. We know we have an off-season now to prepare. We're not satisfied, but at the same time, I thought that the effort of the players for the entire season, they give everything. They give everything to the fans. They give everything to the technical staff. We ask them a lot, and a lot of times to bring a knife to a gunfight, and they don't complain. They bring it every day in training. So I'd like to personally thank them for everything that they did for us this year. We recognize it wasn't enough, so that part is hard, but there still are good things happening here at the club as we look forward to our final season. But again, thank you to the fans. I thought the atmosphere today was excellent. The Sons of Ben were loud, and I think the players gave them something to cheer about.
We'll start with Joe on the floor in the back.
Jim, it's only the second time you guys finished with a win in the regular season. How important was it not only to go into the offseason with a win, but in fashion you did so, especially at home?
I think the guys played well. We showed what we're capable of. Again, the question isn't at home. The question was this year was on the road, where we turned wins into draws, and we turned some draws into losses. And you look how tight the table is. Those are big points. And in the key moments, so we didn't do enough on the road. We recognize that. But at the same time, when we're playing as a team and everybody is operating and knowing their role and executing their role and responsibility, you can see that it's pretty fun to watch. Not just because CJ scored or Osinio gets a couple goals or Fafa makes a couple plays. It's a collective group. We're tough to play against defensively. I thought that the mentality of the players was right today, and what isn't always the easiest time of the year to get guys motivated. They did a great job and really answered the bell, and happy with them overall.
You go Matt here on the floor on the right.
Jim, you talked recently about guys fighting for their position this year. It seems like Osinio's kind of risen his game in the last couple months. Where do you see him in that conversation in terms of kind of through that lens of fighting for a place for next year?
Yeah, the one thing that was talked about a lot this year is the number 10 spot, and I guarantee if you take Ilsinho and Roland's production in that spot, in hindsight now when you look back on it, it's going to be pretty darn impressive in terms of the numbers they put up, goals and assists, and having to remember now probably 6 to 7 games Ali Bedoya played at the 10 as well. There was an Adam Najem game at the 10. If you just separate all that and you look at those two in the production, it's a lot better than I think we all gave them credit for. So yeah, Senior raised his game for sure towards the end of the year, and yeah, we're happy for him. But again, the challenge is always to do it for the 90 minutes, to do it on the road. His performance in Chicago, where he was on the ball a lot more, even in the loss, the 3-2 loss, was still a step forward, as small as that might seem to everybody. I think he shows he has incredible talent. You guys have all seen that for years, but yeah, it's clear that he has raised his level, and it's good to get goals at the end of the day.
Go Jonathan, front row on the right.
Given the possibility that he might be gone, this might have been his last game. Is the you talked about him, Ilsinho, raising his level over the course of these last weeks, the end of the season. To see a guy with that kind of professionalism, and who knows what could happen about players who don't know what their futures are here, to close things out with that kind of effort and mentality.
Yeah, it's impossible for me to talk about the possibility of him being gone because, again, we haven't made final decisions yet. We have ideas in our head, and we've obviously evaluated things during the course of the year. Yeah, there are big decisions, just like there are at the end of any season, to decide. But to speculate, is he here, is he not, and reflect on that it isn't something that I'm going to do because it's speculative. So again, Ilsinho had some good moments. Yeah, there's a decision to be made on him. That's one that we'll clearly make in the off season, but not one I'm ready to reveal or talk about now.
More from his side, for a guy who might decide to check out or not, and to see that he did.
Yeah, I mean, listen, all I can speak to is the relationship that we have, the work that he's put in, his enjoyment with his family for the city of Philadelphia. And again, you can ask him whatever you want. Nothing's off limits in that regard, but that would be comments for him to decide. Obviously, his talent is something that appeals to us and we really rate and value. But yeah, there's a lot of guys in similar boats where we have decisions to make, and we won't be getting into that right now, though.
Any more questions for Jim on the floor? Go ahead, Matt. Last one here.
Jim, given the goodbye to Carroll today, I wonder if you thought of the possibility of this maybe being your last game, or reflecting back on this.
Look at you. I knew you'd be brave enough. I actually thought of you this week because I thought you would ask me. But again, those are decisions.
Is it something that you've thought about at all, or going into this week? Or?
You might as well just ask me if I'm a human being. Of course you think about things like that. When you guys ask, do you hear the boos? Do you think I have ears? You know what I mean? Like, again, these are silly questions. I give you credit, though, because you actually had the guts to ask it. So good job out of you, Matt, for stepping up. But again, that's a decision that'll be made. Again, I hope you don't feel like I'm coming at you now and you're going to write another negative article. But again, it's professional sports. I understand it's results driven. I give you credit for asking the question, but I have a decent understanding of where I stand in the organization, and I'll continue to work to try to get it better. And I know it's not good enough right now, but I'll continue to work as hard as I possibly can.
All righty. Thank you, Jim.